Hello, friends. My name is Faisal Hassan. I'm the Member Provincial Parliament for York South-Western, here to speak to you and coming to you from Great Riding of York South-Western, bringing you to greetings and speaking with you today about Black History Month. I would like to thank the Afro-Canadian Cultural and Entertainment Foundation for the kind invitation to participate in their forum entitled February Forever, celebrating Black History Month today and every day. The valuable work done by Afro-Caribbean Canadian Cultural and Entertainment Foundation, helping new immigrants in Canada, celebrating and promoting our culture and arts, and giving young people hope and assistance is particularly needed during these troubling times of living through a pandemic. As the critic for the youth opportunities for the official opposition and member of the Ontario's first ever Black Caucus, I see and hear of the struggles of community members daily. Black and racialized Canadians in particular have been disproportionately affected of the pandemic. Our Black History Month shows the generations of struggles we have known continue to many ways today, despite the many gains and victories we have had to fight so much for. There is an old saying, we are all in the same boat. Well, whether it is how the pandemic affected the population or whether it is the day-to-day, daily of systemic racism and discrimination that continues to rear its ugly head, we are not all in the same boat. We may be in the same storm, but we all have different boats, and some have none at all. Friends, events such as this one tonight during the Black History Month, and frankly, any day of the year, help inform us to our history and celebration and honor our past while ensuring our future is strong and supportive of one another. Our province and our country has a long, rich history of Black excellence, one that is too often ignored for generations. Black Canadians have been contributing to the political, cultural, and economic fabric of our society. We honor those leaders and celebrate the valuable work done to support our community today. Viola Desmond was one of those great Black leaders in our history, and I was reminded of her when I heard of the passing of her sister, Wanda Robson, last week at the age of 95. Wanda was the youngest sister of the late civil rights pioneer, Viola Desmond, and an activist in her own right. Viola Desmond, now featured on our $10 bills, was arrested in 1946 for refusing to leave a whites-only section of a new Glasgow, Nova Scotia movie theatre. Her defiance helped spark the struggle against racial segregation in Canada. Through the advocacy of Viola's sister, Wanda, the Nova Scotia government posthumously pardoned Desmond in 2010 and apologized for the wrongs committed. This was the first posthumous pardon ever given in Canada. Viola Desmond took a brave stand back in 1946, and her younger sister ensured history wasn't forgotten, and Viola's memory lives on for future generations years later. Those actions of Black leaders who came before us helped shape and inform our decisions today. Black leaders like Lincoln Alexander. Lincoln Alexander from Hamilton passed away in 2012, but he would have been 100 years old this past January 21st. As Canada's first Black Member of Parliament, first Cabinet Minister, and Ontario's 24th Lieutenant Governor, Lincoln Alexander was a trailblazer, a champion for human rights, and continues to be an inspiration for us all. I also look to the accomplishments and inspiration that Zanana Akande continues to provide to us here in Toronto and throughout Canada. Zenanda Akande's parents moved to Toronto from St. Lucia and Barbados, where they worked as teachers. Her parents were unable to continue teaching in Canada because of the discriminatory rules at the time that prevented people from the African diaspora not being allowed to hold teaching positions. Her parents carried on, bringing up a family the best they could, and Zenanda succeeded to a successful academic career. I am proud to say that Zenanda Akande was also the first Black woman elected to the Ontario legislature and was the first Black cabinet minister in the Ontario NDP government in the 1990s. Her work on advancing social assistance rates was significant, and sadly today we are decades behind in addressing that same kind of equity and fairness in social assistance. Friends, there are so many examples of Black excellence in our community, from local leaders and community organizations doing tremendous work to the mothers and fathers and grandparents helping to raise a family and instill good community value, helping others and standing up against injustices. As youth opportunities critic, I meet young people across the province on a regular basis. I am so inspired by how they know Black history and how they have the energy and commitment to try to do their best for themselves and their community, often when it is not easy to do so. I thank the Afro-Canadian, Afro-Caribbean Canadian Cultural and Entertainment Foundation for the chance to speak, and also for the work they do for our community. I thank all of you viewing and participating, and know you are all doing your best to make our society a better place. I will leave you with the words of the late Archer Desmond Tutu, who passed away on December 26th of last year. On Black History Month, and every day his words inspire me. There comes a point where we need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they are falling in. Thank you, everyone, and have a great time. This is your Member Provincial Parliament, Faisal Hassan.
Come be part of the second annual Homies Best Agriculture, Tourism and Real Estate Toronto, Canada, scheduled for May 20th to 22nd, 2022 at the Royal Events Centre, 30 Gordon Mackay Road, Toronto, Ontario. Registration for participants is $250 and exhibitors $500. For more information, call 0783-377-999 or WhatsApp text 647-713-1441. The theme is boosting agriculture, tourism, and real estate through social corporate responsibility.
Hi, my people. Welcome to the Acccef Black History Month event 2022. Black History Month. Black History Month. It began as the Negro History Week. That was in 1926. Sorry, it is not COVID. It is old age. So, Black History Month. Who started it? It was created in that 1926 by Carter G. Woodson. A great man. Carter G. Woodson was a notable African American. He was a historian, not just that. He was a scholar, an educator. And not just that, he was a popular, famous publisher. It became a month-long celebration in the month of February. And I'll tell you why they chose that February Because February is the big month of other great people, the likes of Frederick Douglass of blessed memory, and also Abraham Lincoln. Before I go, let me not get you bored. I know you are enjoying your Black History Month program, but I'll tell you 5 ways you can celebrate the Black History Month. 1. You support Black-owned businesses in your community. 2. Learn about noteworthy Black peoples and their contribution. Number 3, donate to charities that support anti-racism, equity, and equality. Number 4, you purchase, you read, and share books that are written by Black authors. Yes. And number 5, participate in online virtual events that celebrate the Black History Month like this. Thank you to Acccef. Thank you to all Black legends that we celebrate. And also, thank you too for watching.
Hi everyone, welcome to this presentation. My name is Giovanni Nikoishakie. I'm a teacher and I'm also a social activist. As we celebrate the Black History Month, it is for all of us an opportunity to reflect on the legacy of many Black leaders who tirelessly fought for the civil rights we acquired until now. One of those leaders is Nelson Mandela. He's one of those Black leaders who spent most of their life fighting the segregationist system in South Africa and elsewhere. Nelson Mandela sacrificed his family life, his career as a lawyer, and he lived in poverty because his leadership was much needed. He couldn't even raise his own kids. Here is a passage in a letter he addressed to his then apartheid government in 1961 in response to the government's killing of 69 unarmed protesters, and I quote, "Only through hardship, sacrifice, and militant action can freedom be won." But once in jail, he changed his fighting strategy. In fact, he realized that fighting peacefully was a better option. We always remember that Martin Luther King Jr. has always used such strategy because he would even discourage his brothers and sisters to join his marches because they wanted to use a forceful strategy to win their freedom. So Mandela had the same vision. So Mandela, once in jail where he spent 27 years, he changed his fighting strategy. He realized that fighting peacefully was a better option. He wrote about the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all people live together in harmony, love, and equal opportunities. Today, through peaceful movements like the Black Lives Matter movement, we must keep fighting because discrimination and violation of our human rights still prevail in our communities. And so, my friends, I think that we cannot just sit back and keep talking about what our leaders realize until today, but we have understand that we need to keep going and fight for the unity, the equality, and the love in our communities for everyone. Thank you.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síre.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síre.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ará ẹ wá bá mi jó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ẹ bá mi jíjó ọpẹ́ o.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
nítorí pé
Jèhófà ló bá mi ṣe o, ló ṣe já síjó. Èdùmàrè sọ̀rọ̀ mi dayọ̀, ó wá fàṣọ ẹ̀tàn mi yá.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síre.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síre.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó.
ará ẹ wá bá mi jó.
ọ̀rọ̀ mi já síjó. Jèhófà ló bá mi ṣe o, ló ṣe já síjó. Èdùmàrè sọ̀rọ̀ mi dayọ̀, ó wá fàṣọ ẹ̀tàn mi yá.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Ayomide Ologunkolawole, and today I will be talking to you about Black people's health and wellness. First of all, let's dive into what is health and wellness. I see health as a state where the physical body is free from all sort of diseases. It has to do with the physical appearance. And when we talk about wellness is the overall balance of the well-being of a person, the physical part, the social, the emotional, the occupational, the professional, the financial, intellectual well-being of a person. And wellness can be achieved when someone is constantly making choices to further their health and fulfillment. This is to say that achieving health equity requires valuing everyone equally with a focused and ongoing effort to address avoidable inequality in the society. And when we talk about race is just a social construct created by dominant power to separate individual based on their physical appearance. And since we're in the grace of Black History Month and Black Health and Wellness, we will be talking about Black people's health and wellness today. And this is just to ensure that the physical and intellectual survival of the race all over the world. It's just to ensure the physical and intellectual survival of race all over the world. And we just want to put that out there, that being a Black person or being a certain type of race should not be a determinant to how far we can maximize our potential. For example, if you're looking for a job, you shouldn't prophesy to yourself, or you shouldn't say to yourself that because I'm a Black person or because I'm a certain type of race, I don't think I will get this job. the power is in your tongue. You need to, say to yourself, I am beautiful, I am bold, I will get this job, my race has nothing to do with it. You need to tell yourself that. You need to appreciate yourself more. I feel like as Black people, we don't appreciate ourselves more. We need to love ourselves more and more and more every day. And I thought about it as a social worker. How can I help promote Black health and wellness in our society? And I feel like to start with that, we need to have the difficult conversation. We need to talk about, we need to celebrate our Black-owned businesses. We need to talk about our mental health. I cannot emphasize how important it is to talk about our mental health. I know, first, when I first got to this country, when someone told me, oh, are you seeing a therapist? I feel like you need to see a therapist. I was like, no, I don't think so. Like, I'm okay. Like, it's okay. I feel like we need to understand that it's okay to not be okay. We need to if you need to see a therapist, because, sometimes we think, okay, we can talk to friends and families, but trust me, like, seeing a therapist, it's a good way to start. We need to talk about the difficult, conversations. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can. So we need to love one another. I feel like we need to have a conscious effort to prove that our tomorrow is better than our today. It's all about the consciousness of the mind. You need to really think about it. Okay, what did I do today that has to be done differently tomorrow? How can I be a better version of myself? How can I make sure what I did today, I don't repeat the bad things I did today, I don't repeat them tomorrow? Or how can I just be better? You need to be better every day. So I think it's just about the consciousness. You need to make that conscious decision to have a better tomorrow. And most importantly, I feel like it's vital to still find ways to laugh, even though whatever the situation might be. It's already hard enough, honestly, in the society, in the country where we live in. It's already hard enough. So we need to laugh more. You need to smile more. You need to socialize. In the grace of Black History Month, I feel like we need to, as Black people, we need to indulge in more events, go for concerts. If you have kids, bring them together, talk about, Black History Month, talk about things, educate them, so that way when they grow up, they have, more knowledge on what's going on in the society, in the community. Also, as our, brothers and sisters, we need to gather together, form more community. If you're not in a community, join one. Just be your brother's keeper and stay beautiful, stay happy, stay loved. And remember, I hope you have a beautiful day. Stay loved and stay connected. Bye.
ṣe báwo ló ṣe tóbi tó. ẹni àbáta káfíńrà tó bá kó wá dàkítà náà wò lójú wọn. àní mo retí bàbá ṣe báwo ló ṣe tóbi tó. mo dúpẹ́ ó bá mi mo sọ pé ó bá mi òjò ti ń pagún mi bọ̀ ọjọ́ ti pẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò gbẹ́jọ́ wẹ́wẹ́ orí ọpẹ́ ìlú tí màá kọ. oore tí bàbá ṣe báwo ló ṣe tóbi tó. ó sọ mí dọlọ́lá ó sọ mí dolówó ó gbé orí mi sókè láti òparun jáde wá nínú erùpẹ̀ ilẹ̀ ó fẹsẹ̀ mi lórí àpáta ọlọ́run rẹ̀bí sọlá ẹsẹ̀ ọjọ́ ọlọ́kàn tó wà mí wáyé mo dúpẹ́ tèmi mo sọ pé tèmi mo retí bàbá ṣe báwo ló ṣe tóbi tó ó ṣẹ́gun fún mi ó wá dá mi lọ́lá ó dùn kó pọ̀ kó pẹ́ mo retí bàbá ṣe ara ẹ wá bà mí yọ̀ mo ti ṣoríire ọ̀run mi ti sí ọ̀run ti rọ̀jò mò ń rẹ sórí mi o.
Oore tó ká màmá tó fẹ̀rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ tó gbàǹgbà tó bùyàrí. Oore tó pọ̀ tó gbàǹgbà tó gbàǹgbà tó bùyàrí. Olúwa ṣe fún mi fún mi fún mi fún mi fún mi.
àní oore tí bàbá ṣe báwo ló ṣe tóbi tó.
Oore tó ká màmá tó fẹ̀rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ tó gbàǹgbà tó bùyàrí. Oore tó pọ̀ tó gbàǹgbà tó gbàǹgbà tó bùyàrí. Olúwa ṣe fún mi fún mi fún mi fún mi fún mi.
Thank you very much. My name is Mr. Dozology Omalade Ogo. Keep enjoying Black History Month.
Come be part of the second annual Homies Best Agriculture, Tourism and Real Estate Toronto, Canada, scheduled for May 20th to 22nd, 2022 at the Royal Events Center, 30 Gordon Mackay Road, Toronto, Ontario. Registration for participants is $250 and exhibitors $500. For more information, call 0783-377-999 or WhatsApp text 647-713-1441. The theme is boosting agriculture, tourism, and real estate through social corporate responsibility.
Good day, everyone. Happy Black History Month. It is my pleasure to be on this program. My name is Victor Douglas Malasoe. I train as a lawyer. I'm a leadership coach. I basically teach people success strategies. And I'm just one guy living my life, nothing much. All right, so it's my pleasure to be on this program once again. And then I'll be discussing Black History Month, Canadian people, and their legacies. Now, first, who are Canadian people? Canadian citizens living in Canada. So you and I are Canadian people. Oftentimes when we hear the term Black history, the first thing that comes to our mind is the past. The way our ancestors were brought here as slaves and then treated, in cruel manner. However, I want to take a look at this from another angle entirely. I want us to look at it from the future perspective. It was Thomas Jefferson who said, I prefer the dream of the future than the history of the past. And if you look at history in itself, history is a continuous process. Because what will be history tomorrow is what is happening today. And so you and I are part of history. What's his name? It was John W. Gardner, one-time U.S. Secretary of Health, who said, history does not look like history when living through it. So basically, you and I are history of the tomorrow. You and I are the Black history of the tomorrow. So essentially, the Canadian people, which you and I are part of, and their legacy is talking about our legacies for the future. That's the angle from which I want us to look at it. It is true that it is difficult to overlook what our ancestors went through in the hands of the Western world in the past. However, are we sure that our children will not go through the same kind of discriminations that you and I experience today? If they are not going to go through it, we have got to do something about it today. If not, we are not sure if the people will just respect them for being humans. What can we do about it? I would suggest that we do what Chinese people did to earn the respect of the world. Because whether you like it or not, even the Chinese too, they suffer all these kind of discriminations. But they look at it, what can we do? As of 1993, an average family in China could not afford a black and white television. Today, not only do they all have color televisions, big ones, an average family in China has at least one person that can produce a color television. That is not a bone of contention. I want to ask you for once, why should we be respected? Why should we be treated as world power? We work in these people's Walmart. We work in their factories. We shop on their Amazon. We play on their Facebooks. We chat our friends on their WhatsApp. We even educate ourselves on their Zoom. Basically, everything we do, everything we use has one thing or the other in relation of these people. But they don't use anything that is ours because we have not created it. How did I know if we created that they will use it? They use TikTok. Despite the fact that President Trump warned them not to use TikTok, they use it. They download it in large amounts. Millions of them are on TikTok. And what is TikTok? An improved version of Instagram. What is Alibaba? We shop on Alibaba. They shop on Alibaba. Alibaba is the cheaper version of Amazon. What am I saying? It is time we create platforms that the world can use. It is time we create industries where everybody can work. It is time we begin to set up platforms that we earn us respect. A platform that will suspend a president and it will be a news. It is time we start creating such platforms. Let's not just fixate on blaming the past, on blaming colonial masters and blaming colonization and all that. If you ask me, the only country that is still very colonized in the world is Canada. We use the Queen is the head of our government. The Queen's head is the Queen's picture is the person on our money. But notwithstanding, is Canada not doing well? So we can continue to blame the people of the past. We can continue to fight them for what they did for our parents, or prevent our children from experiencing the same ill fate that we experience today by creating platforms that will earn us respect and dignity. I don't have much to say. I really want to appreciate you once more for bringing me to this platform to speak today. Thank you very much to the organization, to the organizers, and thank you to everyone for listening. Once again, my name is Victor Douglas Malasore, and I'm just living my life the way I want it. Thank you very much.